So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check smash. Check smash.
Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 31 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pats at the line, ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now he's flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. But 1st down, Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Oh, they'll let the tight end Ingram run with it. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Harris running straight ahead, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 2nd and 9, Jones. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. So the interception there, and Charles, I imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
8 yards to go on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the
The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. The slot man in motion right. A final shot before break. Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll take this to the other side. Reach halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. Up at the 23-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Play clock down. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The trick play works. Excellent execution. 18 yards on that fake and a first down. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even gone to fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, right? Because they did get it.
It worked. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
Tyquan Thornton, 34 yards. And the Patriots have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
To try again after the sack. Hurts.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will slide down with a good gain. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Go, Riggs. Go. Mustang 19.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Jones on 1st and 10.
Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
From the 27, Jones. He's got Smith here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air, escaping the pressure right. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Harris is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. New England on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they
have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the give, this is Harris. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
After the sack on first down, Hurts into the hands of Sanders. And he's brought down, but great yardage to start the drive, a first down, and it sets him up pretty nicely here moving forward.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Check smash, check smash.
From the 29, Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Hey, check that. Street. Check 31, check 31. Hawk 70.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Going for it with Sanders. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Pats, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a slip-up that could cost them as they drop now to 12-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.